What is up, guys and gals? Welcome to another episode of the Non-Stop Review. Those of you familiar with this show know we don't like to mince words, but we should introduce each other. I'm your host as always, Devon, and joining me equally as always is Rick.
Hello, everybody.
Rick, I fucked up, but anyway, what are we doing today?
We're doing the last one before the finale, Steven Universe Future, Episode 17, Homeward Bound. 3, 2, 1, and go.
I had to try really hard not to crack up while you were doing that.
Yep. It was like Steven the Universe.
It wasn't that bad, but it weren't far off.
I kept trying to put a season into it when there's only one season of this.
We're happy enough to talk over the intro. We've seen it 17 times now, and it's still not as good as regular Steven.
Yeah, it's one of those. I like the animation of this one a little bit better, but the hello, Jasper.
And then when you show up, you got Jasper.
Yep. He's come home with trauma eyes.
That was a pretty good drawing of a 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Jasper's such a shit. Oh my god, her voice broke there, and that was heartbreaking.
It was a bit, yeah. The annoying thing is, if this came a bit earlier in the season, it could have been a more fun episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's literally like, don't blame me, I voted for Kodos.
I like that square peridot.
Yeah. Hey, it's your favourite character.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It is a bit, yeah.
Why did Steven get mad at that?
I don't know.
Awkward.
Mm-hmm. What she's doing, gem bonsai.
Oh, yeah. She's like helping to fix shattered gems, isn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool, though.
It is.
I like how hyped she is about an actual constructive hobby.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that, like, the diamonds, little tiny legs, yeah. Yeah, the diamonds have all, like, evolved with the powers a little bit. It's adorable.
Awkward.
And that's a lot coming from Yellow Diamond.
Yeah. It's one of the issues, though, where, Yellow's taking everything quite literal because that's the type of person she is, and Stephen wasn't doing a good job of explaining the issue.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Out of the three, I think Blue is the most I want to spend time with.
Oh, definitely. 100%. 100%. Hippie Cloud Mom.
Yeah, but it's not real. Is the problem, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting a Blue Diamond
kind of.
song, are we?
Yeah.
Sorry, you can finish your point. There's an episode going
Yeah,
on while you're talking.
yeah, it's just like the problem with drugs, really, isn't it? Like, you can hack your brain as much as you like, but the problem is, it was never real.
Well, okay, that's a bit different because there are medical conditions that like depression and psycho's not the right word, but mental illnesses that do require
Yeah.
drugs to combat. That's a different scenario. But then again, I also think you more meant recreational drug use, which is obviously
Yeah.
a big problem. Slippery slope
Yeah,
at best.
yeah, I meant illegal drugs rather than prescription.
Sure.
Oh yeah, that's where everyone wants to be.
I mean, I don't know if you ever watched the Plague of Gripes Dark Souls has a story animation, but at the end of it, he draws himself poking out from Guinevere's tits, and it's one of the funniest visuals in the whole episode.
Yeah. That was a bit of an amethyst thing to do, but I'm digging it.
I like the squeak of her shoes hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a. Oh, she's a yoga mum now, is she?
Yeah. Like that a bit, yeah. Everything in stereo.
Oh my days! I don't think White Diamond's model was designed to move like that.
Nope. That's my favourite bit. It's just a little face poking out.
Yeah, such a cartoon move.
Mm-hmm.
Like all of the mental anguish bullshit Steven's going through. At the end of the day, this problem is also just a straight up 1-to-1 analog for, hey, by the way, puberty fucking sucks.
It does, yeah. Angelic hordes come forth!
Fuck you, Rick. Wow, this took a turn.
Yeah, it did. I think that there's a bit more White Diamond in White Steven than she was hoping there to be.
I fucking love that. I'm just gonna file my nails without the Sonic fucking legs.
Yeah.
This is actually really hurtful to not hurtful, but awkward to watch.
Yeah, because if it was like 10 episodes earlier, this would have hit a lot different to Steven.
Man, they should have just went ahead and made the fucking final episode a 4-parter, because... oh, fuck. Innit, man?
Yeah, it's essentially such a kind of cliffhanger that it just rolls into the next trio.
Man, the episode was wild. What did you think?
Yeah, I hoped that kind of thing would have happened a lot earlier in the series.
But it's quite clearly the ultimate plot point, so it couldn't have happened earlier. If it happened earlier, there wouldn't have been a show.
But the fact that it had to be put off and wait until now is what sets up the finale. Generally, it was good, but Steven was like infuriating me the whole time because he wasn't just taking 5 minutes longer with any of them just to appreciate what they were doing and take anything on board. He just kind of refused everything that he was offered as not even a solution, but even like a beginnings of formulating your own solution.
Well, that's that I think is a runtime issue. Like, I'm pretty sure it's implied that he spent more than 2 minutes with each diamond. It's just obviously they only had 10 minutes to cram quite a bit into this penultimate episode.
Yeah, so this could have easily been essentially a 2-parter just going through stuff, but even then, if it was, it probably wouldn't have been able to hold the attention of kids.
I don't think you're giving kids enough credit in that regard, but I see what you're saying. It's one of those. Bear in mind, this came out 6 or 5 years ago. TikTok hadn't ruined the generations by then. Attention spans still existed.
So yes, it was a bit of a frustrating episode, and yeah, to be honest, like you say, giving kids a bit more credit, they could have had a slow episode. They could have had multiple slow episodes. We've had Onion episodes, for instance.
But even that's a bad example, because we had an Onion episode specifically in Steven Universe Future, and it was one of the more fast-paced ones.
But yeah, what do you think?
I think it was a good episode. I think you've touched upon what I wanted to talk about most, in that they crammed a fuck ton of stuff. Like, you might have noticed we were struggling a bit while reacting to this episode, because we started to try and make one point and we had to cut ourselves short because now a new point's already being made.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with it. You don't really have a lot of time to process things that have just happened because the next thing is about to happen.
Yeah, like, in an ideal world, I would have been watching this without talking to you at the same time, Rick, not to knock your company. I'd probably have to watch this again to fully appreciate everything that went on. I got the general gist, I think this episode tried to serve two purposes. One, it was trying to show that, yes, the diamonds have changed. I think it succeeded on that front. The other thing is, Steven's really fucked up, and that's been a theme for pretty much the entire series.
Yeah, like, the fact that Steven is in this headspace right now is the reason that none of it worked. Like, especially Spinel. If you show that Spinel to Steven at the end of his kid phase, he'd probably be a lot more receptive to the fact that it was him that helped her, and now, yeah, he even shouts, "Don't throw my own advice back at me." But in that instance, it probably would have, done something towards working.
Possibly. We can talk until we're blue in the face, but let's get to the crux of things. Rick, do you have a favourite moment?
Just random Spinel things. The stupidest thing was, I even said, like, this is my favourite part, where she goes out of the room and then just pokes her head back around the corner because she's curious. It's just so silly and so small, but, like, it's just so in character. And there's probably way better instances of Spinel doing doing Spinel things, but that one's the simplest one, the most pure thing, and like even kids do it. How about you? Do you have a favourite moment?
It's really hard because I liked both Blue Diamond and Yellow Diamond segments, but I'm gonna give it to Yellow Diamond. Just I can fix that, and immediately making Steven small. It's like, you want to be big? Okay, you'll be big instead. Before realising, there's more to this. You need to explain Steven, and Steven is not in the. Obviously, we know Steven wasn't in the right headspace to fully explain what was going on. But at least Yellow Diamond managed to clock on. I'll pass you off to Blue Diamond. She's good with thoughts.
Yeah.
Let's get to that all-important decision, shall we, Rick? Who is going on our MVP board? So I think I know, but go on.
Gotta be Spinel, because not only was she essentially his guide throughout the entire episode, but like she gave potentially the best advice that he might have needed to hear, whereas the other Diamonds were trying to brute force things to a degree still, which is kind of their flaw. Like even though they're brute forcing things in a positive way, they're still brute forcing things, whereas Spinel is doing things the hard way.
I kind of see where you're coming from on that, but like I don't know. I don't think I could describe any of the Diamonds as trying to brute force the problem. The problem arises in the fact that Steven isn't a gem. He's got gem in him. If he was a gem, Yellow and Blue would have solved his issues. White maybe less so, but, I certainly wouldn't describe what they were doing as brute forcing.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. But, like, I do think that it is brute forcing in a positive way. Like, they've gone through a lot of thought to use the new powers in a positive way, but oh well, fair enough. But yeah, how about you? Who's going to be your MVP?
I'm going to give it to Yellow Diamond because after all we saw of her in regular Steven Universe, I never thought I'd be like, how can my War Machine possibly be this cute?
Yeah, I do like how she was doing that little bit of bonsai with the tiny little bits of gem that she's putting back together like a puzzle.
Yeah, I don't know why you're using the term bonsai. I kind of see why you're using the term, but it doesn't really fit.
Yeah, like bonsai, normally you're pruning something off a tiny thing to make sure that it grows back better. With this, it's
more like shipbuilding.
Oh yeah, shipbuilding, like tiny ships.
Yeah, like I get why you went for the analogy. I think it falls a bit short. But yeah, Yellow Diamond was incredibly cute in this, and yeah, I am biased towards cuteness. I'm certainly not going to take anything away from Spinel. I get it. I think Yellow Diamond stood out more in my mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that about does it today, guys. That was a bit of a long episode, wasn't it? And guess what? Next week's is going to be even longer, because it's our very last dip into actually reacting to Steven Universe. Full stop.
Yeah, it's going to be gone. That's going to be the end of this stretch of the non-stop review.
Join us again next week, guys, where we're technically reviewing 3 episodes. How fun.
Yeah, see you later, everybody.